Yeah, I'm super slouched down, but that's okay. I don't know. Said, I had took out some time because I was dealing with a lot of stuff with my emotions. Um, and I've been trying to take some time to understand those emotions and process them, and not let them attach to me or flow through me. So I still have been moving. I've been moving a lot. Um, I went and did some voiceovers. Um, Sometimes I usually just volunteer, but other times I get paid for it. So this time I was just volunteering. But I was like, let me try again to this one television station that, I mean, it continuously tells me no, okay? Um, so I get up there and I call them. And they're like, oh, well, we're kind of struck dumb funds. Like, but we do need voiceovers. So I'm sitting here like, haha, opportunity, you know? And she's like, how much do you charge per the hour? So me, being the person that I am, I'm like, I feel like myself as a pusher. Like the first one, I told her the first one is free, and she was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." And if you're not satisfied, we'll make it, right. So she's like, "Okay, okay. Well, we have this, and I'm sure we're gonna know this in the long run." So, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Okay, well, that sounds dumb to offer your services for free." No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because if you're good at your work and you know what you do, and you know they're gonna have a need, and they have a need, which they did, and they have to have it fulfilled, and you have that need, sometimes that helps you get an avenue um into the arena. Now when they look at me, now whether they like my voiceovers or not, they're gonna go remember one thing that will stand out is if I do a okay job there, which I know I am, I'm kind of good at that. They will definitely be contacting me, which I stand behind my product. I know my voice. So they'll definitely look over me. And then if it's someone else that's competing and they have a lower price and it looks like it's good, they're going to always remember me as the person like, look, she took that extra initiative to say, look, the first one is free. Like, we got this for free. So, um, yeah, so that door finally opened to me. I was like, wow, like, all I needed was a squish. Like, all I need is a little nudge. Like, I'm one of those kind of people, like, give me a little hole. I'm used to having it forced open. Now, sometimes with me, I'm kind of afraid when I have things wide open given to me because I've never had that in my life. Somebody just, whoa, well, either I want to learn more about them or I'm just kind of really hesitant, like, back your ass up off of me like that. But anywho, so fast forward. Um, Not only that, I'm getting job offers from places that when like 3 years ago when I couldn't get a job anywhere. I mean, like bussing tables, I couldn't do. Um, all my certifications and my certificates, it was just almost like it was gone in the ground, like somebody had buried it. Okay, that's what I felt like. I know you're supposed to like not talk about that, but that's the truth. I felt like somebody took my certificates and buried them, like, because I was not able to get a job anywhere. And I had to pray and fast and let God take over, and he did supply. But now it's like jobs here, jobs there, jobs here, jobs there. And it also made me learn, like, depend on the Lord, because this is all temporary. That whole jobless situation where I didn't have a job for a long time, it was temporary. It was temporary. Um, but I have like so many opportunities coming to me everywhere now. So it's like, Belle, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? I remember when I had went to that whole prayer group, and I was like, I thought that they was kind of like, yeah, that's all I really wanted was this. I wanted a women's prayer group. That was my whole thing. And I was very specific at how they act and the dynamics and all that. So I thought at first that I found it until I started hearing what was in the spirit. And but the one lady was like, Belle, God told me to tell you, what do you want? And I was like, in my head, when she asked it, I was just like, I want your ass to stop lying and tell everybody what you really about. But anywho, that was a whole nother discussion. But it made me think about this whole scenario right here, because it's like, if I just hold out, and follow what he's doing, like, He doesn't go back on his word. Like now, it's opportunities where it was none, and not only opportunities. I mean, a wealth of opportunities where I can just walk through. Sometimes God, like people don't understand when you come with prosperity, it comes with pain. Like those two peas come together. Like my pastor used to say that two peas, you always have two peas in a pot. And those two peas, when you think about when you're doing anything that's positive and you're trying to move in your life and you're doing something that is from God and an anointing is on your life, you're going to have those two peas in a pot, and those two P's is prosperity and pain. Yes, God will make you rule over many nations, but you have to be diligent over a few. And that might be a scarcity time when you don't have a lot. I didn't have a lot, man. I didn't even have nothing to my name. I had to leave with the clothes on my back. Um, I didn't have anything. And when I came into this area, people, it wasn't like, like I was at home. People knew of my family. So they open up a little bit more because you have a background. They have something to look back to. This is what your lineage does. So I know that you're a good seed. Everybody just automatically considered that I was a bad seed when I came here, you know. So, and God just had to let them bury me in the dirt so, I can bring forth fruit, and every good seed brings forth, every seed brings forth fruit of its own kind, if it's good or bad. And that was just validation, like God taking care of me, just to say, like, if you follow me, it's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna bring you out of this. I'm gonna bring you out of this. Nobody else can do it but me. And you're gonna have so much blessings and so much overflow that you're not even gonna know where to go to, where to turn to. You're gonna have so much abundance. It's gonna overflow, And my cup is starting to fill up. I won't say it's running over yet, but it's definitely starting to fill up. Um, so yeah, that is part of that is part of my journey on that. I thought I was getting in a murky place too, and every time, like, I don't know, it seems like every time I'm getting some kind of a level of appreciation or some kind of level of maturity or prosperity is something that's very intense that cripples me, that it's like crippling to a humbling part, like where I can't be boastful about it. I can't say it was all me because I know this is nobody but God. And I truly believe, I might be wrong, but I do believe that God does that for a reason. Because if God was to give me so much prosperity, and I remember that back, like when I was younger, very prosperous, like, um, you can get boastful a lot. You can get very boastful. And when you're dealing with God, you have to show a lot of humility, um, a lot of patience, because this was my time. I was in the waiting area. I was in the waiting room of life, y'all. Like, I really, really was. Like, nobody was looking at me. Nobody was looking based. I used to get upset about people judging me based off of what my family did. I want to have my own name. I want to have people to understand and feel who I am. Who I am as a woman, as an individual, as a person that is a contributor to this world. Um, Being that way, when you're close to your family, you're looking at everybody else's history. You're looking at their lineage. So I didn't really, like I said, it was just like I was by myself. I didn't even get to see that. It was just like they gave me a label when I got here just because of the condition that I was in, not who I was and what I'm about. It was based off of my condition. People judge you based off your condition. And that was honestly, it was a humbling experience because, and I saw firsthand how people are quick to judge. Like, people were so quick to judge me. Like, um, because I say I'm Haitian, like I didn't know how to speak English. Like, I just literally had to shut up sometimes, like, because people were overpowering me. Like, people just act like I haven't been anywhere. I've been to like over 300 countries. Like, I was in the midst of royalty. Like, I was about to get married to royalty. Like, and people, like, they assumed that I knew nothing. Like, I didn't know nothing. Couldn't speak nothing. I didn't have any skills, you know. Like, I didn't have an education. It was crazy. It was really crazy here. Like, they just assumed it was just like You know, I didn't have a place to stay. I'm homeless. I must be an alcoholic. I must be a drug addict. No, never did drugs in my life, man. I never did drugs in my life. You know, both my parents did, but I'm too afraid to even do it. You know, exercising is my like freaking addiction because it relieves me. That's the only true addiction, not in food and men. Cause I love my family and I just love men. So yeah. So yeah, this time it was just like it was a revelation. Like I don't follow after men and I don't follow after what is latest on what's the latest thing that's going on or let situations, you know, forget who I am called to be, who I am and who I'm called to be. You know, because this world is very shifty. Like I understand that now. Like one minute you're on the top of the world and the next minute you're on the bottom of someone's dirty feet and they're dragging you through the mud. So yeah. So it's just like, what do you want? Um, and it was the best, greatest gift I could ever get. You know, now coming out. You know, not following on through it. I haven't fully came out, but walking through it. You know, it gave me some insight. Gave me some insight on the process. So, yeah, and I got some more help with the PBS segment, and all of that stuff was in the way, and it got approved. So I was very grateful for that. Also, I got some other developments that just came up, and I understand how I have to be humble and humble as in making sure that it's done before it's bringing out, and being grateful and taking it with pride and carefulness because this project is not, you know, it looks like it's from me, it's coming out of me. Well, it is because I'm just a vessel, but this is something that is of God. You know, you gotta, and it's dealing with His people, so you have to be very cautious at how I take it. So I will take that with humility. Um, yeah, I'm gonna get off this doggone thing. Hopefully, something I said or done will help you on your journey. Stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Thank you.